Alright, so I'm back and I still don't have an intro, so sorry, Mr. Weber. Okay, so for this vlog, I am looking at the ideate target for origins, so that's going to be the focus of this. And in that target, you have to brainstorm or prototype. It relates to the lab, I believe, so I'm going to talk about possibilities for labs that I could do relating to calories. I did some more research and I found out that there are labs that you can do to figure out how many calories are in actual food, so you can like make your own calorie burner. So I'm researching that right now, and I don't think I'm gonna actually have time to do the actual lab, but I'm gonna talk about if I were to do the lab, what exactly I would do and like that type of thing. Alright, so I did some research, like I said. I found out that you can actually make your own calorie burner, and I'm gonna insert the diagram like right now. So you take a can, right, and then you have like a smaller can inside of it. You have like the water, and that's in the smaller can, and then the smaller can is inside the bigger can, and you have it kind of suspended in the air, and then below it, as you can see in the diagram, there's like a little cork, and on that like cork are some pins, and then attached to those pins are like some food of whatever kind, depending on what you want to do for your lab. And then you light that food on fire, and then you measure the water at the start of the experiment and then the water at the end of the experiment, and whatever the temperature change is, you calculate that. And then there are some calculations that you can do to figure out exactly how many calories is in that food. So I'm looking at the equation right here to find out exactly how many calories are in each food after you like burn them and do all that. I'll take all your data. So basically what you do, the equation is, I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. So for this equation, you have Q water, which is what we're trying to find. That is how many calories are in the food that you are burning. So it's the energy in the form of heat captured by the watery expressed in calories. So that is what we're trying to find. Then you have M water, which stands for the mass of water. So depending on how much water you use in your experiment, you measure how much it is in grams, and then that is what you plug in for that variable. And then C is the specific heat capacity of water. So this is something that doesn't change. This isn't something that you measure. So that stands for 1 calorie per gram per degree Celsius. So that's what you plug in for that variable. And then you have TF and TI. So that is the temperature, the final temperature, and the initial temperature is what the I and the F stand for. You measure the temperature of the water initially, and that's what you have for TI. And then at the end of the experiment, you measure the water again, and then that is what you plug in for TF. So that is how the equation works. It's pretty simple, not super complex. Now, it's not completely accurate, as I said, because the food, obviously all of the energy that is being released in the form of like heat is not going directly into the water. Some of it's going into the air, some of it's going into the metal from the can. It's really only about 50% of the energy that you can measure. But even at 50%, you can compare different foods and how many calories they have for that. In my research vlog that I did, I was talking about like healthy foods versus like processed foods. I think what I would do is basically I would take food from like each food group. I would take like the organic version of that and then the processed version of that, and then see how they compare, and maybe do like 2 from each food group. I'm thinking obviously the processed foods are gonna have more calories. I think I'd do like the same like amount, like mass wise, of each food, and then see how many calories each one has in comparison. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm thinking and what I would like to do if I end up having time, but we'll see. Alright, so that's all for my vlog. I mean, I said it was gonna be short. It's not. It's only a couple minutes, probably. It will be after I'm done editing, I think. I don't know. Yeah, so that's just my like brainstorming and what I'm thinking and what I would like to do for a lab. So yeah, that's all I have for today.